What's up, everybody? This is Domingo here on Network, and today's wrestling video I'm going to do a discussion video, and I'm going to talk about one championship, one of my favorite championships. This championship belt is a fan favorite, a title that has been deactivated since 2002. One of my favorite championships is known as the WWF/WWE Hardcore Championship. So here we go. So the WWE/WWF Hardcore Championship was in WWF/WWE from November 2nd, 1998 to August 26, 2002. In 1998, on an episode of Monday Night Raw in Houston, Texas, Mankind became the first ever WWF Hardcore Championship. The title was rewarded by Vince McMahon at the time in 1998, reward the Hardcore Championship. Now, this title is basically a broken up championship belt, and of course, it was just the championship belt that was the WWF's Win Equal Championship. Of course, I think Mr. Perfect years ago destroyed the WWF Win Equal Championship. So WWE decided to use the broken up Win Equal Championship to create the Hardcore Championship. Now, even though the design was terrible, this Hardcore Championship has a history. This Hardcore Championship had prestige. Yes, it's a broken up title. The design was not that great, but this title had a history. This championship title has a lot of good prestige, and this championship is awesome. I love the Hardcore Championship. It's one of my favorite championships. This title is so good, and not to mention, this title has been defended only in hardcore matches, with no disqualifications, no countouts, and not to mention pinfalls count anywhere. Like, that's really, really cool. And like I said earlier, Mankind was the first ever Hardcore Championship. Not to mention, this title could be defended in different types of hardcore matches. Like, it was defended in ladder matches, for example. And defended in hardcore invitationals and all that stuff. It was great. And also, in the year 2000, right, WWE decided to come up with this idea for this Hardcore Championship. Well, actually, Crash Holly did. When Crash Holly was the Hardcore Champion, it was on the episode of SmackDown, February 22nd, 2000, when Crash Holly did an interview, and he was saying that the Hardcore Championship will be defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at any time, anywhere, as long as you have a referee with you that was presented. And I gotta say, at the time, when I was younger, when I first heard about this championship being defended 24/7, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. This might be very interesting. And let's see how this goes. And boy, this worked out pretty good. The title defended 24/7. Oh my God, it was freaking awesome. It was a lot of fun. Not to mention, they put comedy in it. It was so funny, good entertainment. It was so much fun. The Hardcore title been changing hands many times. You see wrestlers fight each other in airports, at a hotel, at a circus, in a parking lot, into a bar, into like a park, basically anywhere. Even the wrestlers fight in the Mississippi River as well. They even fight outside in the snow. Like, it was so much fun. It was funny entertainment. It was awesome. And the 24/7 rule for this Hardcore Championship was awesome. I love it. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was funny entertainment. It was awesome, and I love it. Now I'm going to name the wrestlers who have held this Hardcore Championship. Mankind, the Big Boss Man, Road Dogg, Hardcore Holly, Billy Gunn, Al Snow, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, Tess, Crash Holly, Pete Gas, Taz, Viscera, Funaki, Rodney, Joey Ass, Headbanger Trasher, who else? Perry Saturn, Matt Hardy, one of the guys, hell, even women held this championship as well. Like Cynthia Litch, who was one of the Godfather's hosts, she was the first woman to ever held this Hardcore Championship. The first woman to win the Hardcore Championship. It was pretty good. Gerald Briscoe, Pat Patterson, the Stooges from Vince McMahon, Steve Blackman, Shane McMahon, Raven, Kate Quidd, who later on became R-Truth. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, The Big Show, Kane, Rhino, Chris Jericho, Mike Awesome, Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, Maven, Goldust, Spike Dudley, The Hurricane, Molly Holly, also known as Mighty Molly at the time, Christian, Bubba Ray Dudley, William Regal, let's see, who else? Anybody else? Oh yeah, Tommy Dreamer, Steven Richards, who else? Let's see, Sean Stasiak, Just Incredible, anybody else? Booker T, let's see, Trish Stratus, also the third woman to ever hold the women's title. Terry Runnels, she became the fourth and last woman to ever hold the hardcore title. Bradshaw, and then you got Bradshaw and anybody else? Oh yeah, Christopher Nowinski. Anybody else? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, Johnny Stamboli. And who else? I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, so that's about it. So those are the wrestlers that I mentioned who have held this hardcore championship. And of course, I will say this: Mick Foley, earlier I said, when he was known as Mankind, was the first ever hardcore championship. Raven was the first man to ever win this championship more times than anybody else in WWE history. He won the hardcore championship a record 27 times. And then and of course Steve Blackman, he was the longest reigning. He has the list of combined days as longest reigning hardcore championship in history. Now Steve Blackman won the hardcore championship 6 times, but those combined reigns, if you combine Steve Blackman's 6 hardcore championship reigns, Steve Blackman, his list of combined days as hardcore champion was 172. The Big Boss Man was the number 2 list of combined reigns as hardcore champion. He won the hardcore title 4 times, and those titles combined at 154 days. Rob Van Dam was the third man who held the title 4 times. His combined reigns as hardcore champion was 134 days. Al Snow, he won the hardcore title 6 times. His combined reign of hardcore champion was 129. And of course, not only that, but this championship, not only got prestige, not only that it has a history, but also this title was a lower card to mid card. It was like a lower card championship for wrestlers in the lower card. And at that time, they have wrestlers who are lower card wrestlers actually got something to do. And going after the hardcore championship, the 24/7 will make this championship even more better and awesome, and it was a lot of fun. Not only that, this championship has been defended at house shows. Wrestlers like Willie Regal and Kate Quinn and Tommy Dreamer, Steven Richards and Sean Stasiak, and others who won this hardcore championship. The title was defended 24/7. It also been defended in WWE house shows at that time. And of course, the only 4 women who held this championship as well, like I mentioned earlier, with the Godfather's Holes. You got Molly Holly, Trish Stratus, and Terry Runnels. The last wrestler who have held this hardcore championship was Rob Van Dam on August 26, 2002, when in the episode of Raw, when he defeated Tommy Dreamer to unify the Intercontinental and Hardcore Championship. The title was unified at the Rob Van Dam beat Tommy Dreamer in the final ever WWE Hardcore Championship match. The last time the Hardcore title was defended. And of course, around that time in 2002, the 24/7 rule has been suspended and it was done. And of course, Rob Van Dam unified the Hardcore Championship and Intercontinental Championships in an episode of Raw on August 26, 2002, and the Hardcore title has been retired. And I will say this, I remember the Hardcore title, I think years later the Hardcore Championship made an appearance, like Mick Foley at one time, bring the Hardcore title at one time. I remember him and Edge, I think that was in 2006, when Foley, introduced the Hardcore title, and then Edge and Mick Foley hold the Hardcore title together. But at that time, when that happened in 2006, at first I thought the title was going to come back, but no, it was just a one-off appearance at the time. But yeah, I will say this championship, it was, even though the title was a broken up title, this championship means something. It was a good championship, to help for lower card talent at the time in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era. But this championship will always be remembered as one of the most prestige championships, not to mention one of the most popular and fan favorite championship in WWE/WWE history. And one more thing before I end this video, the WWE Hardcore Championship is always, and I repeat, will always be better than that stupid WWE 24/7 Championship garbage belt. So that's it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, post your comments in the comments below. Tell me what you think about the WWE Hardcore Championship. And that's it for this video. So this is Domingo Hero Network. Take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.